Hey everyone, it's Sekaar, and today I'm going to be showing you my MagDK build for the Blackwood Chapter. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay notified whenever I release a new video. It helps me out so much and it's free. Thank you, and let's get started. Alright, first things first, I'm going to be showing you my gear. On my front bar, I'm going to be using a Vadashron Perfected Inferno Staff in the Sharpen trait. I haven't even changed my glyph yet. Wow. I'm going to change this to the Berserker enchant where I get an extra spell damage. I didn't even realize I didn't have this on. Wow, that's just going to make my build even better. On my back bar, I'm going to have a Decisive Sword of the Potentates. That way you get your ult a lot faster. A Shield of the Potentates in Sturdy. That way you can block a lot more. And the 3-piece Potentate is going to reduce your cost of your ultimate on your back bar. So that's going to be your shield ult, and that's going to be one of your main things that you're going to try and keep up as often as you can. It's going to keep your resources up, and it's going to keep your defense high as hell. And you're going to be able to go offensive when your shield ult is up. So trust me, you're going to want Potentates on your back bar right now. Bloodspawn Mask and Shoulder for this build. The mask is going to be in medium and the shoulder is going to be in light. All of our body pieces are going to be in the prismatic enchant as well as impenetrable as well. So all of our body pieces. So Bloodspawn medium mask. And then our main set that makes this build amazing is Undertaker. It is currently the best set in the game right now, because when you deal damage in general, especially on MagDK, which is amazing because your dot damage is going to be through the roof, you're going to apply minor lifesteal to your enemies for 8 seconds, healing you and your allies for 761 health every 1 second by damaging them. Guys, that's insane healing that you're going to keep up almost all the time just by spamming your volatile armor or engulfing flames, just stuff like that. It's definitely the reason why this build is just so good. So guys, don't forget Undertaker. Please use that. Our waist piece is going to be Trainee. That way we get the little bit of extra health because we had an extra piece to use. So Trainee is always that piece that you're going to want to use if you have an extra slot on your bar. And cool, my daily rits will be reset in 1 hour. Cool. Our hands, legs, and feet are all going to be Undertaker as well. I haven't changed my my arms yet from Reinforced to Impen. It doesn't really matter too much. Reinforced is still just as good, but it's, again, Undertaker. 4 pieces on the body: chest, hands, legs, feet. And then that's what we're going to be running on our necklace as well. Undertaker's amulet. In all 3 of our jewelry are going to be Swift and with the magic recovery glyph. And then we're also going to have the Malakath band on. It's going to increase your damage significantly. You don't really crit that much on a DK, so it's really, you're not missing much. So just increasing your damage by 16% is actually kind of huge. And then our other ring is going to be Ring of the Potentates. You're going to have 1 piece on both bars, but when you're on your back bar, you're going to have that 3-piece active, and that's why your shield loads are going to be so cheap. I'll show you in a second. Onto our skills. Our front bar is going to be Flame Lash. This is going to be one of your main spammables that you use once your enemy is dotted up. You're not going to want to open up with this because you're not really going to do too much damage. So our other skills are going to be Fossilize, which is going to be your main CC, which is, in my opinion, the best CC in the game because it goes through block. You can just basically spam this on cooldown, and it's going to help you so much in a fight. If you are fighting somebody that doesn't know how to use their resources wisely, then you're going to take advantage of that fully, and you're going to win that fight. Degeneration to get that major sorcery, increasing your spell damage by 20%. And that little bit of a dot too. It's actually really nice on this build. It also keeps up that Undertaker buff too. Burning Embers, again, it's another source of damage and healing on you. Heals you for 94% of the total damage inflicted when the effect ends. So if you just apply that at the beginning of a fight, it's just free heals whenever you decide to reapply it or it ends. And it's just a dot, so you're going to get that damage that's going to also proc the Undertaker as well. Ellie Drain, that's what's going to proc your Vadashron Perfected Inferno Staff or regular Inferno Staff. It doesn't matter too much. I still think Perfected is better, obviously. So This is going to help with your sustain, and you're going to get major breach on any enemy that's affected with this. So they're going to have their physical and spell resistances reduced by almost 6k. So having that with the dot of Vadishon on, it's going to do a lot of damage. So as you can see, there's already 3 dots that you have on your front bar alone, which if you apply to an enemy, you're just going to get free heals because of your Undertaker set. And then our front bar is going to be Ferocious Leap, our ultimate, because let's be honest, it's a DK. Ferocious Leap is one of the most fun and just, it's one of the best damage ultimates in the game. And it's just so fun to just turn into a dragon and just leap people. I have a blast every time I do it. 14.4k damage. It's just, I love this skill so much. I love this. Back bar, we're going to be using Cauterize. It's going to be one of your heals that you're going to be using on your bar, kind of like an oh shit that you just kind of keep up at all times. It's really good. You're going to be able to heal your allies with this too. So keep Cauterize on your bar, please. Race Against Time. This is going to be your snare removal in the fight and to get away from a fight as fast as possible. You're in triple swift, so using this to run around a tower or something is going to be one of your best friends, I promise. Engulfing Flames. This is going to be another dot that you put on somebody, and then your enemies are going to take additional flame damage. So on your front bar, that's going to be something like Flame Lash or Burning Embers or even your Leap. So that's why Engulfing Flames is one of the best skills to use in MDK, because it just buffs the rest of your skills, and you're going to get a dot, which again, it's going to prog your Undertaker. Coagulating Blood. This is going to be your main heal. So if you're in a tight spot and you need a really fast heal really quickly, that's going to be what you're going to be going to. But don't spam that too much. You're going to basically want to make your Undertaker do most of the healing for you while also keeping your Cauterize up at all times. And then Volatile Armor. This is going to be your major resolve on your build, but also whenever you reapply it, you do damage to multiple people. So if you're in the middle of a large group and you hit that, it's going to proc your Undertaker right away. So if you're in a group, hit that Volatile Armor right when you can. Trust me. And then Spell Wall on our back bar. With this is the best defensive ultimate in the game, and just activating this allows you to go offensive almost immediately, and you can just turn on somebody with the quickness with this. And plus with the 3-piece potentates on your back bar, it only costs 114 ultimate. So with Bloodspawn and it being very cheap with potentates, you're almost spamming this on cooldown. It's actually amazing. On to other parts of this build, we're going to be having 64 points into magic. We're going to be using the Artaeum Pickled Fishbowl. This is going to increase your max magic and max health. It's the best option that I've found so far. I didn't like using the Bewitched Sugar Skulls because I already have 17k stam in no CP, which is where I mostly play this build. So I think Artaeum Pickled Fish is the way to go. Our Mundus is going to be the Atronach. That way we get our recov up. And just looking at our back bar, our recovery is basically 1600. And on the DK, that's amazing since your passives are going to give you stats back every time that you use your ultimate. So, and you're going to be spamming your shield ult almost on cooldown. So the resources that you have and the recovery is actually very nice on this build. And our crit resist is going to be 2742. And not even buffed up. Our resistances are going to look like 28.3 or 28.3 spell resistance and 23.5 physical resistance, which I think is really good. And then also on top of the Undertaker always proccing, you're just going to get heals so much. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Onto our CP. For our blue tree, our 4 main slottables are going to be Master at Arms, Resilience, Duelist Rebuff, and Enduring Resolve. All of your other CP points are going to be dependent on how much CP you have, but make sure you have your points into stuff like Hardy, Quick Recovery, Elemental Aegis. That way it reduces the damage taken that you get. Stuff like Bless is going to increase your healing as well, so you're going to want that. Then into something like Extended Might, You're going to be wanting to have your CP into Piercing, Flawless Ritual, and War Mage. And also, obviously, having the Tireless Discipline and Eldritch Insight is going to help your resources as well. Onto our red CP. Our 4 main slottables are going to be Ironclad, Rejuvenation, Peace of Mind, and Juggernaut. There's a lot of good slottables in the red tree. These are just the ones that I like personally, especially Ironclad, Rejuvenation, and Peace of Mind. You can pick whatever you want out of these. Boundless Vitality wouldn't be bad just to get a little bit of extra health, but there's just a lot of really good ones. And then, again, it also just depends on your max CP, so just fill this out accordingly. Make sure you get some of the important ones. Something like Defiance is always helpful. Hero's Vigor, you're just going to get free health for that one, so why not? Hasty, that way you're just as fast as possible. Mobility is king in this game, I promise you. That's why I always go triple swift on my builds. So mobility is king. Make sure you got that hasty in there too. So yeah. Onto our green tree. As always, it's not too important for PvP, but there are some important things. Stuff like Breakfall is incredibly important. Please put your points into that right away. It's gonna reduce your damage taken from fall damage. So please, please, please use that. But our 4 main slottables are going to be Rationer, Liquid Efficiency, Meticulous Disassembly. I mean, that's just because I do a craft. I'm a kind of a crafter on this build too, so why not, right? And Steed's Blessing. That's just gonna increase your out of combat movement speed, so if you're just running places faster, why not, right? It's really not too big of a deal though. And if you want to see a superstar overlook of this build in case there's anything I missed, you can go look over this now. You can pause the screen now and look over it all. But that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the build. I would really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see this build live in action, you can catch me live at twitch.tv/Sekaar. Alright guys, have a great rest of your night, and I will see you guys next time. Later.